Mayor Mike Harcourt smack in the middle of a legal wrangle. The mayor and city council recently passed a bylaw designed to keep a lid on the noise, violence, and disruption that prostitution brings to the streets. A test case for the bylaw is now before the courts. Tony Serka, the lawyer of a well-known prostitute, says it's a battle over the hooker's civil rights. But Harcourt says the rest of us have rights too.
As I said, we're struggling along with the bylaw that I have maintained from the beginning has serious flaws. And for people to now kick it while it's down in the first place is to miss the whole point. The point is we need an amendment to the criminal code so we have a proper legal sanction for our police to enforce. We're using whatever we can to keep that bylaw effective. If we're not being totally consistent, too bad. I'll do anything I can to keep that as a sanction available to cut down on the street solicitation problem. I find this whole issue just Alice in Wonderland, astounding that we're worried about the civil liberties of a few prostitutes and their jerk customers and their pimps, and forgetting entirely about the civil liberties of hundreds of thousands of other citizens.
The lawyer who's challenging the city's anti-hooker bylaw, Tony Serka, thinks that's nonsense.
Civil liberties are rights that everybody in our society must have. And one of the basic rights is freedom of speech. And he's saying that it's okay to infringe upon the freedom of speech of a certain segment of jerks, as he refers to them. What he fails to realize is that if you infringe the civil liberties of the jerks, you're going to be infringing upon the civil liberties of residents and maybe even mayors.
Civil liberties aren't what's bothering the West End hookers. It's the disappearance of the Johns and the loss of half or more of their income. They understand the problem, but they blame it on the city's inability to move this red light district.
And I very rarely work at night, so when they're worried about, but I've been down here at night, and there's lots of screeching cars and drunken idiots. It's the customers. It's not the girls that are making the noise. It's the idiots, and it's not even the customers. It's the jerks that are drunk driving around here screaming and squealing their tires. You know, that's not our fault. It's it's just a fact of life.
As for our federal Solicitor General's approach to the hooker problem, he seems to think prostitution must be great for business in Vancouver's fast food places. Or to quote Robert Kaplan himself, everybody knows that after you get laid, you get hungry. Kaplan made that remark while sharing an elevator with Conservative MP Pat Carney, whose Vancouver Centre riding bears the brunt of most of the city's hooker problem. Carney says she was shocked at the remark. Kaplan has accused her of wild distortion. He says he really is concerned about the way prostitution harms young people. Another senior Crown Counsel has been fired by the Attorney